Thank you and welcome to Loretta Coleman Live. We appreciate you joining us on tonight. We certainly hope that you will enjoy this show. Of course, we have a good time on Loretta Coleman Live. We give you information, informative information. We let you know about events that's taking place. We have real talk and a whole lot more. So make sure to tell a friend, tell a neighbor to join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Loretta Coleman Live. Trust me, you will enjoy the show. Now get ready, get your beverage, get you a snack, and join the show, Loretta Coleman Live.
You've asked for it.
You got it. Returning March 1st,
Dr. Sanjay Garvin Baxter
presents
the musical stage play, An Issue of Blood.
Look here, that's history from the deep, deep past, and no one has to know. Girl, that's high school stuff, so leave it in the past.
Yeah, I wish I could leave it in the past, but the past has crept into the present.
The drama begins when the Henry family's 3 adult children return home to celebrate their parents' 65th wedding anniversary.
This can't be happening. What will I tell Winston? How can I tell him that while he was overseas fighting for his life and his country,
An Issue of Blood. Entertainment, suspense, and family fireworks that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Children, no matter what, God can and God will fix it.
Don't miss it at the Richland 2 Performing Arts Center, 763 Fashion Drive.
Get tickets online at sanjayreno.com.
Or the Canberra Garvin Law Firm, 2731 River Drive.
Well, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. We certainly are glad that you're going to tune in and join us on tonight. We have a hot topic. We have a hot topic that we're going to be talking about tonight. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Now you may say, well, Loretta, what are you talking about? Well, you just have to stay tuned. We welcome you. We welcome your comments. We welcome you to comment and with us. It all starts in our mind. Let me go backwards. I got a little excited. Let me welcome those of you who are tuned in. We're on 3 Facebook pages. We're on Loretta Coleman. We're on the original Loretta Coleman Ministries. And we're on Proud America. Then we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, which we know as Twitter. Thank you so very much for tuning in with us on today. Adam, we are glad that you have an opportunity to tune in with us on this evening as well. And those of you, I'm sorry about you. I'm okay. I'm able to tune in. God bless you. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. And everybody, and to those who always come by and say, Loretta, I don't have an opportunity to watch you live, but I always come by and watch the replay. So we want to say thank you. And I really do. With all of my heart, I appreciate those of you who support me and those of you who tune in to my show. I have a lot of people that only tune in when they're having events and they want me to mention it, number one. And then I have some people who only tune in when it's going to be about them. But for those of you who tune in weekly, monthly, every other month, we say thank you so very much. Please know, ladies and gentlemen, that I do not take your support for granted. You could be on any other platform that you want to be on, but you chose to be here and share with us tonight. And we just want to say thank you. Now, I'm going to take my glasses off until I get some more comments. Now, tonight we're going to talk about a mind is a terrible thing to waste. We were due to have guests, but they can't make it. So that's good. That's good in a way because we're going to talk about this mind. Everything starts right here, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Our thinking sometimes gets us in trouble. The way we think, we are either think positive or we're going to think negative. We're either let our mind be controlled by others, we think for ourselves, or we seek professional answers when we don't understand. I'm going to ask the question, and if you can, I want you to respond in the comment box. And you don't have to tell me what it is, but have you ever thought something was one way and you found out that it was not that way? Let me put my glasses on because I can't see these things that's popping up. Have you ever in your mind thought that something was one way and you come to find out it was another way? Have you ever been a time in your life when you was persuaded by someone that someone else was a bad person and you thought that person was bad until you got to know them for yourself? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Adam, Miss Seeley, how you doing? Oh, it's going to be a good topic. It's going to be a good topic. Miss Billa, how you doing? So, and I talk about me a lot because, I don't mind being transparent. I mean, this mind here used to be all over the place. At one time, you say, yes, ma'am, I have to both questions. Amen. I was just getting ready to say, Constance, that Minister Wilson, that there have been times when my mind has been all over the place. You couldn't have told me that the sky, if you'd have said the sky was blue, I would have said it's pink. If this mind told me, well, Minister Wilson is against you. Now, Minister Wilson ain't did a thing to me, but that mind told me that. That mind told me. Oh, Lord, that mind told me because she looked at me like this. Well, she could have been looking at you like that because she could have been admiring you. You could have said something in her presence that really, just sparked something in her. But we tend, oh, God have mercy, to let our mind play games with us. And we tend to let other people convince us that somebody else is a bad person, that somebody else is against them. It happens to me all the time. I have people that come to me all the time. You know what, Loretta? I thought you was the meanest person in the world listening to, they never tell me who said, that's not important to me. They just say, listening to other people, I thought you was the baddest person in the world. But you are right until I get to know you. I had a girl in my church told me, she said, I couldn't stand your guts because I thought you was one way. And then when I started sitting beside you in church, I find out you a nice person. You just who you are. You're Loretta. You're not going to try and be something that you're not. But how many of us, if we're true with ourselves, have let other people convince us that somebody didn't like us, that you don't need to deal with that person? Come on, let's be real now. Come on. I've been there. I have been there. Years ago, if somebody would have said, well, Minister Wilson don't like you, when I'd have saw her, I'd have turned up my nose toward her and she ain't did nothing to me. But listening to other people, see, we didn't let that mind play games. Our mind will play tricks. That's what I'm saying on us. That's why we can't live in our heads too much. We can't, because I'm telling you, that mind, if we are true, it all starts up here, whether it's positive or negative. That mind will cause us to get out to make some of the worst mistakes that we've ever made in our life. It will cause, Miss Miller said, it will cause the lie to bring negative small things to magnify. And that's so true. And if we're just honest with ourselves, if we're honest with ourselves and learn to think for ourselves, we got to realize, and I say this all the time, my pastors tell us, when you leave home, don't leave your brains on the doorstep. Don't let nobody control your mind. When somebody is always coming to you, telling you, well, this person don't like you, and this person said this, and this person said that, listen, you better think for yourself. You better think for yourself. Don't let nobody have that much power over you. Don't let nobody have that much control over you. Think for yourself. You have brains just like they got brains. But you have so many people that want to belong. They want to belong. So since they want to belong, what they do is tend to believe everything that they're told. Well, I made a post on my Facebook page today. Now, a lot of people may didn't understand it, but I did. I said, I am told that I am very blunt, and I am. But if I got to be a yes person and I got to agree with everything you do to get ahead, I don't want it. I don't want it that way. If I cannot be me, if I can't be me, if I can't be me, then we don't need a deal. Only thing we need to do is say, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, and keep on going. Because I think my opinion is just as good as yours. And see, that goes back to our mind, because see, some of us, we don't, if somebody, now we buy an outfit, perfect example. We buy an outfit. We love the outfit in the store. We wear an outfit to an event and somebody say, oh God, you didn't need to wear that. That don't look good. We don't wear it no more. We don't wear it. Why? Because that person told you that they didn't like it. Well, you liked it. You buy it. You let that person control your mind. You know what? Somebody told me that they didn't like my gray wig here. I wore it one time. This is the second time I'm wearing it. And I had it for about 2 years. Not because I didn't wear it, not because of what the person said. I really didn't wear it because I didn't know what I did with it. But when I bought it, I liked it. You may not like it, but I like it. What? It sounds comical, but if we really think about it, we gave away stuff that we bought that we like because of someone else's opinion. We stopped dealing with people because of somebody else's opinion, and that person has done nothing to us. I'm telling you, some people have lost their jobs listening to other people and what other people had to say and not thinking for themselves. They lost their job, and that person who caused them to lose their job still there. Still there. Still there, Miss Miller. Because we let other people control our brain, Miss Seeley. You say, yes, yes. Don't I know it's happening right now as I speak? Okay, I'm telling you, it's something that we really need to talk about. Miss Miller said most of the time they're speaking their true feelings and negative toward you. That's what I always tell people when somebody come. You know, I used to put a lot of stuff on Facebook about friends, and you know, I like to compliment my friends, and I like to thank people who do things for me. But you can't do that all the time, because see, just like you're posting that, you have people watching and say, I'm gonna destroy that relationship. And unfortunately, in some cases, they do, because the people can't think for themselves. Let's see what I just did here. Yeah, people can't think for themselves. And they let people come in and destroy a relationship that had no problems. Why? Why do we do that? Why do we not give ourselves enough credit to knowing how to think? Our parents raised us to be independent. Our parents raised us to think for ourselves. We can know something is wrong and agree with it. So can somebody tell me why? We can know something is wrong and we agree with it and we'll do it, and we know that we're doing the wrong thing. Why? Because you want to fit in? You want to fit in, so you'll let that person control your mind. No, this is a hot topic tonight. It's a good topic, but it's a topic that we all You right, Miss Miller. Warning acceptance. When you want to be accepted, when you don't know that you're just as good as that person, when you don't know you might not be that person's size, you might not be that person's complexion, you might not have what that person have, but baby, you are just as good. You are just as good, but it starts with the mind, and how do you feel about yourself? How do you think about yourself? How if you got confidence in yourself, then you're not gonna let nobody control your mind. When you got confidence in yourself, you're not gonna have a lot of friends. You're not gonna have a lot of people that want to be around you because they can't control you. I know that. I know that. I'm like I am. I don't pretend to be nothing but what I am now. Years ago, about 15 years ago, um, 10, 15 years ago, give or take, I wanted to belong. I wanted to be accepted. I was not who I was because I let other people control me. They had did nothing to me. They had did absolutely nothing to me. And guess what? The person that I stopped talking to, the person that I stopped dealing with, ended up to be better to me than the person who was telling me not to deal with them. Oh, now that hurt. The person that was telling me, no, you don't need to deal with that, end up to be my worst enemy. And the person that I thought was against me end up being a better supporter. How many of us have been in there? I'm telling you, if it ain't blessing nobody, it's blessing me. I had a dress I bought and Floyd didn't like it. He said it didn't do anything for me. Well, I continued to wear it. And guess what? One day he said, I love that dress on you. Now, just suppose you would have, even though that was your husband, just suppose you would have said, okay, I'm going to throw it away. You would have never experienced the fact that he told you that it do look good on you. See, we give up too easy. I had to remind him that he had said he hated it. I know sometimes you have to do that. Hey, Miss Virginia, we're talking about today, our mind is a terrible thing to waste, and how we let people convince us of things that's not true, how we believe things. We have people, Miss Virginia, don't you deal with Loretta. She don't mean you no good. And I'm just using her for an example. I'm not throwing off at nobody, but if Miss Virginia didn't have her own mind, then Miss Virginia will stop talking to me. But because Miss Virginia has had a relationship with me, and because she got wisdom, then she know the games people play when they tell, people tell you anything. I've had a lot of people to walk out my life. I had a lot of people to walk out my life because of hearsay and because of what other people told them. And you know what? At first, I was really, hey, Dolene, good to see you tonight. At first, I was really hurt when them people walked away. I was really hurt. I said, Lord, I ain't did nothing to them people. And them people walked away from me. But you know what? Can I say it? I am so glad they gone. Because, sometimes you have people in your life that really don't mean you any good, and you walk on eggshells. You have to walk on eggshells. Everything you say is wrong. If you say this, it's wrong. If you act this way, it's wrong. If you wear this hairstyle, it looks bad. If you wear this outfit, it looks bad. Everything you do, they have something negative to say. So what are you missing? What are you missing in that relationship? What are you missing in that friendship? They weren't doing anything but planting negative seeds inside your head. They weren't doing anything. Think about, I want each and every one of you to think about somebody who have walked away from you and how much peace you got since they gone. How much peace you got in your life since they gone. You didn't realize that you could have peace without them. You thought you couldn't go on without them. But God showed you that you can make it without them, and you learn to think. You learn to think for self. And now that you are thinking for yourself, you're seeing things in a clearer way. So I want to challenge you the next time somebody call you and tell you something about somebody, ask yourself, am I going to let it plant a garden in my mind, or am I just going to dismiss it? Am I going to let it plant a garden in my head, or am I going to just dismiss it? Am I going to continue to treat that person good because that person have not done anything to me? Or am I going to listen to what the gospel said? I'm telling you, some people, everybody won't come out and say, don't deal with Dolene, or don't deal with Miss Virginia, don't deal with Casa. They won't come out with that. They'll plant little seeds where, Loretta, so-and-so, and they'll sit so soft and so sweet, and they be so convincing. But see, you got to reverse that psychology. Why is that person telling you that? That's what you got to say. Why is that person telling me that? What's their purpose in telling me that? I'm telling you, it could save you a lot of problems, and it save you from a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. But we want to belong so much that we accept the things people say about others. Oh, God have mercy. I want to say something so bad, but I better not say it. But anyway, the bottom line is the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Who's controlling your mind? Who are you letting control your mind? Who are you letting control your mind? Okay, somebody tell you something about me, and then you see them talking to me, laughing, talking to me like they my best friend. And they just told you, you don't need to deal with her. You don't need to deal with him. Well, then who's the person that you really don't need to deal with? The person that you see talking about me, and then you hugging and kissing on me? Come on, y'all. I'm telling you, this thing is real. It's a lot of unhappy people because they have listened to other people and messed up good, solid relationships because of hearsay. Miss Miller said, ask ourselves why. What did this person really have done to me? That's all we got to do. That's all we got to do. What have my very best friend, Hal Reed, y'all hear me talking about him all the time. He can tell me, watch peanut butter, watch jelly, but he can't tell me you don't need to deal with peanut butter and you don't need to deal with jelly. You may have had an experience with peanut butter. Well, I haven't had that experience with peanut butter. We have people that get upset with another person because of some disagreement that their friend had with them. Their friend, you don't know what that friend did to them. You don't know what that friend did to them. So are you going to stop talking to that person because your friend stopped talking to them? Until that person do you wrong, you continue to talk to that person and continue to let that person be your friend, Miss Virginia, because people will allow you. That's right, Miss Silly, they'll allow you. They allow you. But see, nobody can't tell me. You can't tell me who not to talk to. Because see, there's a lot of things that goes on behind the scene with people that we don't even know. And so you right, Miss Miller, that's a fact. And so why am I going to get upset with Miss Miller because my friend Peanut Butter got upset with her? I'm not going to do that. I have my own mind. God have given me my own way of thinking. But I'm telling you, I've had so many people, and see, we think that those things will never get back to us. We think when we tell somebody you don't need to deal with Loretta, that Loretta's not going to get it. And I'm like, and what baffles me is not what the person said about me. But if you don't like me, why you even deal with me? Why you even be in my face? Why you even take your energy that you have and pretend that you my friend when I'm looking at you and I don't know what you said about me? Now, see, can I tell you what my mind say when people do that? I know y'all say this a fool here, but my mind, I be looking at them like I'm saying, you know what, you really think I don't know you. You really don't realize that I know what you said about me. And you be talking to me, and I be saying in my mind, now why they doing that? Why they wasting that energy? Why are they even coming over to hug me and know what they just said about me? Come on. Well, some people may say, well, you can't believe everything you told. You are absolutely 100% correct. But all you got to do is just listen, and you can find out if what a person telling you is the truth, or you can find out if they really said it. Because see, a person that lie and is a constant liar, you know what they do? They lie so much they don't believe the lie that they told. I mean, they don't remember the lie that they told. Now, one thing about Coleman, I was a paralegal for 15 years. I was a paralegal. My job when I went to court was to listen to what the other attorney was saying and to take notes. So one thing I can do, I can remember what a person said, and I can remember and I can repeat it verbatim. Now, sometimes I may forget where I put my phone. Sometimes I may be looking for my phone and be talking on it. Sometimes I may be looking for my glasses and my glasses be on my face, but I can remember what somebody said. Oh, I can remember that. Oh, I can remember that. All you got to do is listen. All you got to do is, if you got a hearing aid like me, turn it up and listen. Don't be a part of the conversation. Just listen at the conversation. You can find out who lying real easy. Think, people. Learn to think. This is some good learning here conversation. Well, it's helping me too. But why I just don't understand. And maybe some of y'all can help me. Oh, the wasted energy. Things are happening all over this world. Why am I going to sit home thinking about what you said, thinking about how you treated me, thinking about what you told that person, and you don't even know that I know? Why? Why do we do that? We all have done it. And it's like you put it on repeat inside your brain. It's like you put it and it plays over and over and over again. It plays over and over and over again in our head. And it plays over and over till it gets us in a depressed state. It gets us in a depressed state. It gets us not liking him or not liking her. Don't let everybody plant seeds of negativity and gossip inside your head, because it will lead you to destruction. It will lead you to a place that you don't want to be. How do I know? It led me there. If it wasn't for God and me crying out to God and said, God, my mind is really messed up about this person. And I had to ask God to help me about this person that did absolutely nothing to me. Absolutely nothing they did to me. And I walk around there not liking them because of what somebody else said. I'm talking about Loretta. I'm being honest. That's how I used to do that. But now I hear it and don't hear it. I don't let it control me. And then if it's a person that every time I see them, they got something negative to say about somebody, I don't even want that person to come my way. I really don't, because all they do is talk about people. Only thing, ain't nobody right but them and their family and them that's in their circle. Them the only people that's right. Your mind got you fooled. Lord, this thing hot here. I hope I don't have to take it off because it is hot. This wig here, see, that's why I'm wearing. But anyway, whew, this is why. Now it made me, I forgot what I was getting ready to say. Oh, this is why I love people. I really do. I love people. I love people a lot. But a lot of times I prefer being by myself. Not that I'm any better, because I'm not. But why am I going to hang around you and I know you're a liar? And I know that you digging a ditch, trying to dig a ditch for me. Why am I going to waste my energy hanging with you? And I know you're trying to dig a ditch for me. Oh, I know what I was getting ready to say. Ain't nobody right. Some people that you know ain't nobody right but them. You never hear them. You hear them talk about everybody else. You hear them say things about everybody else, and he's staring them right in the face. It's staring them right in the face, and they talk about everybody else, but they can't see their own faults. They can't see their own sins, but they can see somebody else's. Sometimes we need to turn the searchlight on ourselves and ask God, God, is there anything in me that you're not pleased with? Am I treating a person the way you would have me to treat them, or do I not like them because of what I heard about them? Oh, come on, somebody. Walking around here, praising the Lord, speaking in tongues, preaching, teaching, singing, and all that, and you don't like somebody. You don't like them. You can't, you go the other way to keep from speaking to them because you don't like them because of what you heard. I don't know where I'm at. I think Miss Seeley, that's right. Just sit back and watch, and you can feel it. You can feel it. You know when a person is for you and when they're not for you. Hey, Minister Grubbs, we love you rather. I love you too. We love you rather. I love you too. Come on, Minister, explain that to me. Say that again. But that's true. You know, my topic for those of you who just coming out on mine is a terrible thing to waste. I ain't gonna waste my mind on you and the things you say. You know, you have people that you, I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but I don't care because you know one thing about it. If you come to me and ask me, I'm gonna tell you what I said and what I meant. But it's just like, you know, you have some people don't have nothing to do with you until they want something. You know when a person needs you to do something, I want you to do something because they don't text you, they don't call you, but all of a sudden you become their best friend because they want you to do something. Now, like I said earlier, the flesh, the mind, the flesh, the natural part of the mind will tell you don't help that person because they just ran down my name. They just talked about me. That's what I've said. I've said that. I can talk about me. I've said I'm not going to help them in the way that they talked about me. But then God convicted me and I had to turn around and help them because I realized that my blessings come from God and that person can't do anything to hurt me that God don't allow. That's why it's good for us to pray for God's protection because the enemy is always working. And most of the time, it's the people in our circle that's working against us. Now, I had a lady to prophesy to me years ago, and she told me that, and I got mad with that lady. But everything she told me turned out to be true. Because I did not want to believe in my mind that anything like that could happen to me. But it did. It did. But, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is we have signs when things happen. God shows us signs. He will let things come and sit in our lap. But it's left for us whether we believe it or not. Sometimes we're in denial. Sometimes we don't want to believe it because we like that person. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around hating person. That's not my message tonight because we got to love them. Even those that use us, we still got to love them. We are obligated to love them regardless of how they'll treat us. But there ain't nowhere in the Bible that says you got to go out and sit and eat steak and potatoes with them. But you got to love them, but you don't have to go out and hang with them. That's a difference because see, well, anyway, let me read these comments here. And if we really think about it, it's actually a disrespect to God to call on his hatred without dealing with it. Explain that, Miss Miller. Minister Girl said, I was saying we love you, but I have to speak for me. I love you. Okay, from Pastor Grubbs. Okay, I understand that. And thank you for clearing that because, I'm going to get off subject right now. We have a lot of people that end their conversations with, I love you. It's just, I love you. But are you loving me because I'm doing everything you want me to do? Or are you really loving me? Can you love me when I do something you don't like? Do you still love me when I say something that you don't like? Can you still love me when I'm dealing with somebody that you don't like? I've heard somebody say this. They said, if you're dealing with the enemy that don't like me, then you my enemy. Now, I don't know if I agree with that or not. Because just because they're your enemy, don't make them my enemy. Because I have people that I deal with that I know that don't like some of the people I deal with. But you dare not call their names to me. You dare not call. You go to call their name and you go to say, well, peanut butter. Y'all know peanut butter and jelly is my dummy name, so nobody can go and say that I was talking about them. So you wouldn't dare when you get peanut butter said, I'm going to stop you. I'm not going to sit there and let you talk about somebody that's supposed to be my friend and that's not haven't done anything to me. I'm not going to sit there and act like what they're saying is true. I'm going to take up for them behind their back. That's why it does not matter to me what you say in front of my face, but do you have my back when I'm not in the room? Do you have my back when they sitting around the table talking about me? Do you have my back when you're in the presence of people or saying things about me that you know ain't true? Or do you sit there and just listen? If you sit there and you just listen, to me, you just as guilty because you could say that's not true. That's not where I haven't had that experience with Loretta. You may have had that experience with her, but I haven't had that experience. But we sit there and we listen and we laugh like it's funny. I don't think that's funny. I don't think stuff like that funny. And I'm not going to allow people to sit down and downgrade somebody in my presence, and they hadn't did anything to me, to call on his holy name while holding hands. Yes, that's what we do. We call on his name. Oh, Lord, I love you. And the person right there to your left, you can't even speak to, and you lifting up holy hands and you dancing, and you can't even speak to that person. And the Bible said, how can you say you love me, whom you never seen, and you hate your brothers and sisters who you see every day? If you say you love me and you hate your brother, then you calling me a liar. That's what the Bible said, not Loretta. That's what the Bible said. So we have to check ourselves. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in church. I've seen it happen at gospel concerts. I mean, woo, Jesus, don't start me now. I don't. You know what, Minister Grubbs? Hey, Devontae, my love, how you doing? I miss you so much. Good evening, everyone. Watching. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much. But think about that. People contaminate your mind about other people that have done nothing to you. People, don't waste your mind and your energy letting somebody influence you that somebody is a bad person when that person haven't done anything to you. That was your experience with them. I'm not going to stop talking to peanut butter because Jelly don't like peanut butter. I'm not going to do that until Jelly do something to me. I'm going to still talk to peanut butter, but you just not going to talk to me about my friend. You're not going to talk to me about my friend now. You're not going to talk and run down the enemy in front of me, because then I know here's what you're going to do. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go back and you're going to say, yeah, like me and Loretta were sitting and saying, no, Loretta was just sitting there. You the one said it. I was just sitting there. That's why, You got to be very careful who you sit at the table with, because your name will end up in stuff that you don't even know it's in, and people will stop talking to you. You don't even know why they stopped talking to you, because it's something that they were told. I miss you more. I forever appreciate and thank you for never changing, always being solid and the same. Don't know no other way to be. Don't know no other way to be, Devontae. But I'm telling you, it's I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I, I was emceeing this program. I can't tell you what month it is, because the people here in Columbia could figure out who it is, because I don't MC that many programs no more. But I can tell you it was in 24, the year 24. So I calls the group up. And the lead singer, you have to get the lead singer the microphone. I gave her the microphone. I said, "How you doing?" She said, "Now you getting up there." That's exactly what she did. I said, "How you doing?" But she didn't like me. I already knew that. But I thought, because she was going on stage, that and going to praise God, that the situation would be different. So she turned her head and never did speak to me. Well, she gets on stage and started shouting and bucking, and I'm sitting there. I sit there and I fold my arms and I looked at that woman. And I said, "Now I'm trying to talk to you, spoke to you. You couldn't even speak to me, and you going up there with the acting like you got the Holy Ghost." Now, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me. But I said, now, what kind of spirit is that? You say you got a spirit. It was a spirit, but it wasn't the spirit of God. Because if it was the spirit of God, when I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Even if you didn't like me, you could have said, "I'm blessed." You could have said that and kept on going. You ain't had to look at me. But she sucked that mouth and turned that head that way. I said, "Lord, these people." George Dean said, "Everybody that smile in your face is not your friend." That's what he said. Hey, Debbie, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm gonna be who I am, baby. I'm gonna be who I am. But I'm telling you, that was something I experienced, and then you will see a lot of stuff like that. But you can't let it discourage you and play with your mind, because if you pay attention to stuff like that, it'll either get you in the flesh to want to tell them off, or it'll cause you to be depressed and say, "What's wrong with me?" Don't you let what people do to you depress you. If you know that you haven't done anything to that person, if you know that you hadn't said anything to that person and you've done your very best, and how they treat you is between you and God. It's between you and God. It's between you and God, how they treat you. Now, again, I'm going to be transparent. I ain't always been where I am now. I used to worry about why people didn't like me. I used to be depressed about why people didn't like me. I really used to it just used to be on my mind all the time. Well, what can I do? What I'm doing wrong? Sometimes you're doing nothing wrong but being yourself. Sometimes being yourself irritates people. It irritates people because you're being yourself while you're busy trying to be somebody else, and you're not really happy in the inside, because you're putting on a front. You're putting on front in front of other people. But what we don't realize, God know the real us. God knows us. We can't hide for him. We can look good. We can look like a diamond chandelier or a crystal chandelier. We can look like sparkling diamonds. But if we're rotten in the inside, God sees that. God see what you see behind the scenes. Loretta may not know everything. Devontae may not know everything. Miss Celie might not know everything you say about them. But guess who knows? God. God knows how you really feel. God knows that. God knows that. That's what we got to realize. So, I shared some time ago, and I share it quite often. There was a time in my life where if you made me mad, I would hold that grudge. Oh, I could hold it. I could win an Academy Award for holding that grudge. At one time, I could hold that grudge, and I would see you coming that way, And I'm going to go that way because I didn't want to see you. A Christian now, a Christian, me. That was me. I can talk about me. That's how I was. And so God began to deal with me about that. So I went to God and I said, God, I know that the way I feel is wrong. And I know you already know that I don't like that person. You know that, God. You know exactly how I feel. And I said, God, I don't want to be this way. I don't want to have this kind of stuff in my heart. I don't want to do all I do and end up in hell holding grudges and unforgiveness. And I said, God, I need you to help me. And I prayed that prayer. And I pray that prayer every day. And I prayed that prayer every day about this particular person. And when I would see them, the more I prayed, it seemed like the unforgiveness and the grudges got worse. The more I prayed. But one day when I saw that person, I didn't feel anything. I was able to go up to them and say, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? And I really meant that because God had delivered me from that. And that's freedom, y'all. When you got freedom of the mind, when you got peace of mind, there is nothing like peace of mind. There is nothing like freedom in the mind. There is nothing like being able to get dressed, put on your clothes, look good, know you looking good. If somebody say you looking bad, it won't affect you because you know who you are. People that want to show resentful or irritated by you, they actually controlling and upset because they can't control you. And that's what it is. And that's my whole message to you tonight. Think for yourself. Do not let other people do your thinking. Don't let other people do your thinking. When they're in conversations about somebody that's never hurt you, you dismiss yourself. You just walk away. If you're in a position where you walk away, if you're out eating with them and they start running, just go to the bathroom. Say, I got to go to the car for a minute. Because it's going to come back on you. It's going to come back that you said it. It's going to come back. But now, what do? I need somebody to help me with this because this happened to me in 23. You good friends with somebody and somebody, you never had no problems with that person. You never had any issues with that person. And you shares a concern with someone. They went and told that person. And that person chose to believe it. Now, they never had an issue with you about anything, but they choose to believe what they told. It took almost a whole year for them to find out the truth. When they found out that it really wasn't Loretta that said that it was me, it was them, then you want to come back and take your place in my heart, what you held. I forgave them. I don't have a problem forgiving anybody that do me wrong. But you're not going to have that place where you once had. Well, you may say, well, Loretta, that's unforgiving. No, it's not. If a snake bites you one time and you get healed, you're not going to go and pick up that snake again. I see this person. I treat this person good. I'll do anything I can for them. But they lost my trust. I'll never trust them again. I never will. Because if you can if you can believe what somebody told you and you don't even respect me enough to come and tell me what the issue is, well, Loretta, I heard you say this. Can you explain what really happened? Why I want you back in my heart to have that safe place that you had. You didn't believe me when I told you that I did not say that. That's not what I said. This is what I said. You didn't believe me. And now you want to ease. You can't do that. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Well, I got somebody that's with me. Thank you. Thank you. The trust is gone. And see, the Bible told us we must forgive, but it said, trust no man. That's what it said. And see, I asked my pastor that. That's where I got the illustration about the snake. Because I was really dealing with that. And I said, God, am I really forgiving this person? Am I holding grudges? And I said, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. And he the one gave me the thing and said, if a snake bites you one time, you're gonna pick him up again. And then he began to tell me, you can still be nice to him and you can treat him good. But that trust is gone. That's something that that's why I tell people, get to know a person for yourself, because you can lose a valuable relationship with a person by listening to other people. You can lose a valuable relationship by listening to what other people said. And I puts my number out there and I say, if somebody come and tell you something and I say, you call me on three-way, don't call me and tell me, well, somebody said. Don't do that to me. If you can't tell me who said it, then don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. Because what I'm going to do, when you tell me, if you say, well, peanut butter said this about you, I'm going to say, well, you get peanut butter on the phone. We just do three-way or we do the speakerphone. And then let them tell. I did that to somebody. I sure did. Miss Miller said it went to the heart too fast instead of just being in the head. It dropped to the heart because the heart already has some negativity in it. You're right. Constance, I still talk to them and be friendly, but the friendship has been interrupted. Girl, if you said, you done said a mouthful right there, though. Yes. Hey, Miss Dorothy, I know this feeling. People don't ask. They just take whatever they hear. Yeah. And they're going to Pastor Ellison, amen. You can't do that about people. You walk around here hating somebody because of what somebody said. That's why we talking about a mind is a terrible thing to waste. You wasting your energy. You wasting your time worrying about something that somebody told you, and most of the time it ain't even true. It's that person who said it. That's why I can't do it. I y'all pray for me because I can't pretend. Oh, God, help me, Jesus. I know I need help in that area. But I can't pretend, and I'm not going to walk around here hugging and kissing on you and know that you really not my cup of tea. Now, I don't have a problem speaking to you and say how you doing, but I don't want to ride in the car with you. I don't want you to ride in the car with me. I'm not going to go to your house. I don't want you to come to my house. I don't want you to take me to Ruth Chris. I'm not going to take you to Ruth Chris. We don't have that kind of relationship. So don't even, and then if you say, well, why, Loretta? Why are you you going by what you heard? You ain't getting to know me for me. You going by what somebody told you. Don't deal with Loretta, and you don't even know me. How silly is that? Woo, Jesus. Hey, Minister Lee Burgess, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Hey, Miss Loretta, get a chance to speak to you. No, but I got a video I'm going to put up of you, though. I got you. I did everybody video while I was there. Now, I left early, but I did everybody first part. So I do have a video of you I'm going to put up. But I'm telling you, stop letting people poison your mind against other people. If we are really friends, nothing anyone brings to me can change the feeling. Nothing. If you're really my friend, you can't change my mind about who I like. Lord, I don't know. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you the other night. But I'm telling you, we got to stop that, y'all. Stop letting people control your mind like that. Here's what we need to do. Well, let me tell you, you don't need to deal with her. And then you see, that's why likes don't impress me on Facebook. I don't care if I get 100,000 likes. Anybody can hit the like button, but it's how you treat me face to face. How do you treat me face to face? You can hit the like button on everybody's page on the whole 14, 15,000, 5,000, 10,000, ever how many you got. You can hit the like button and hate that person's guts. I ain't gonna waste my energy hitting the like button, and I don't deal with you like that. Now, if you put a saying up there that I like, I'm gonna like the saying. But I'm talking about you got a picture of you and you said something. I'm gonna hit the like button. What I'm doing? What am I doing? Am I doing that for a show so people can see that I hit the like button and you'll think that support me? Well, I got news for y'all. People can hit that like button and hate your guts. Oh, yeah. Now where I'm at, I'm somewhere. Yes, ma'am. No worries. You must always have a person based off a person. That's exactly. I totally agree. Because if you don't, that person will rob you. I mean, your peace will be disturbed. It kills me. The people who talk to you on Facebook, but don't talk to you in person. How crazy is that? But now here's another thing that gets me. A person that talked to me in the inbox, but won't talk to me on Facebook. Now, I know some people is private, but you're going to tell me happy birthday in my inbox when everybody else is telling me happy birthday on Facebook. But see, you done talked about me so much that you don't want people to see that you're dealing with me. So you... Oh, God, help me. I'm telling you, this thing is funny to me, but I'm telling you, years ago, I would have been so depressed right now because just talking about it would have depressed me. But I got so much freedom because I know the games people play. If you are really my friend, you wouldn't entertain a negative conversation. I said that before you came on about me. You will start to come. I said that before you came on. I said that because it doesn't matter to me what you say to me in front of my face, but do you have my back when I'm not in the room? That's what. Or are you going to stop that conversation and say, well, I haven't had that experience with Loretta. That's your experience, but that's not my experience. Oh, God, I done made myself have a headache. Jesus Christ, have mercy. I'm telling you, this thing is real. It sounds comical, and it's, but how many of us have let people do that? Control our mind, because that's what they're doing. When you stop talking to somebody because of something you was told. Come on, think about that. Think about some people that you are not talking to now because of something you heard. I went to a concert, C-Snell Productions, Saturday night. And I had one of my hats, and I had pulled it all the way down over my face, and it came pretty much about right here. And you know, I had on a pair of jeans and blouse and a leather jacket. And, you know, people don't usually see me like that at the concerts. I usually be dressed a little bit, but I wanted to be in disguise. That's what I wanted to be. And I sit there on that bike road, and I saw so many phony people. It really made me sick. I saw this one talking to this one, and you told me you don't like them. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there with my mouth wide open. Sometimes you need to be in disguise when you go places and not let nobody know you're there, and you will see things, and it'll just send shockwaves through you. It'll send shockwave. I'll put you on one of them masks like Constance had on where people can't see your face and figure out who you are. But I'm telling you, I sit there and I said, and then it's this one lady. I knew her, but I didn't know where I knew her from. And I said, what's your name? Excuse me, miss, what's your name? My name is... I didn't understand why she responded to me like that, because I knew I'd seen her, but the day I found out who she really was, and she's a friend of somebody who don't like me. Now, I ain't never talked to that lady before in my life, but that's how she treated me because of what she heard. How many of us are treating people bad because of what we heard? Come on, y'all. We don't want to die and lay down and go to bed and die with that hell in our hearts. I'm telling you, we don't want to do that. That we don't know when we lay down at night that we're going to wake up the next morning. We pray that we will, but we don't want to have all that in our heart. Most don't have a backbone and won't speak out again. They won't do it because they want to look good in the eyes of other people. They want other people to to like them so they won't say anything, because if I say anything, then I'm being negative. But baby, think for yourself. Think for yourself. You're intelligent enough to think for yourself. And if a person is always talking down to you and you always doing something wrong and you can't never do anything to please them, can I give you some advice? Leave that person alone. Leave that person alone. Leave that person alone. That's true, Miss Seeley. Leave them alone because they don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good. And then another thing, because I got 5 minutes, I'm going to say this. Oh, God, help me tonight. You can talk to me when that person is not around. But when that person is around, you can't talk to me because you know they don't like me. Let me tell you something. I tell people this. Ain't nothing slow about Loretta but her walk. You think I don't know. I watch stuff like this. You my friend, you like me, and all of that kind of stuff. But when you around this person, you act like you barely speak to me, and I like oh God, help me with that. Jesus Christ, have mercy. You can't do me like that. Cause see, I ain't stupid. I got plenty of sense. I just sit there and laugh like I did Saturday night. I sit there, I laughed at a lot of stuff. I enjoyed the concert. The concert was outstanding. But I sit there and watch it. Oh, God, have mercy. You going to tell me not to deal. Because some of the people have told me you don't need to trust them. Oh, God, I just... Y'all, just be real. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. Listen. You're not going to fit in everywhere. You got to know that. You know, somebody asked me, was I going to start back promoting concerts like I used to? No. I'm going to do my Martin Luther King program and I work special events, but I don't want to do that because when I was doing that, let me see how I'm going to put that, because I don't want to offend nobody. That's another part of my life. And see, I want sincere people to like me, not when I can do something for you, not when I can put you on an event, but like me when I can't do nothing for you. Don't be my best friend when you want me to do something for you, but then when I can't do it, you don't have need of me. I ain't no fool. I ain't no fool. Amen, Debbie. Yes, ma'am, that's correct. I'm telling you, I just can't stand that. I could care less about what a quartet group, a contemporary group, a country group, a Southern Soul group think about me, because I know who I am. I couldn't say that years ago because I wanted to be liked by everybody, but I don't care now. I got my own mind and my own peace. Yeah. You know, somebody said to me, I tune into your show just to see what color wig you're going to have on. I said, baby, keep tuning. I might have on a purple one day. I might have on a green one day because I love me and I got peace with myself. And your opinion is just what it is, your opinion. The wigs don't make me. What make me is what's in the inside of me. And I want God to be pleased with me, not man. If you please God, let me say this. You're going to either please God or you're going to please man. You're going to either please God or you're going to please man. You're going to either do it God's way or man's way. Don't let nobody poison you because they don't like somebody, you don't like them. They don't like them. You don't like them. Nah, you're not going to control Loretta like that. Until that person do something to me, I'm going to treat them good because they ain't did nothing to me. Now, the way that woman did me the other night, now the flesh told my mind to answer what was wrong with her. Not in such a nice way now. I'm just going to tell you. The flesh told me to really let her know what I thought about how she answered me. But you see, I have to talk to myself. I have to say, come on, Loretta, it's not even worth that. It's not really worth that. Because I started, even though I was in disguise, I started to get up and say, what's your problem? You don't even know me, woman. But it's not worth that. I don't care what you think. I ain't did nothing to you. You let somebody control your mind about me and you don't even know me. How many of us do that? Come on, y'all. It's time to get real. It's too much stuff that is going on in this world. This person don't like this one. This don't like this one. This person don't like this one on the choir. This one don't like this one on the praise team. This one don't like this one on this ministry and that ministry. Come on now. We all in there praising God and you can't speak to somebody. We say that we're born again believers and we can't speak to people. Come on, we need to check ourselves every day, not just at nighttime, but all during the day. I ask the Lord to search my heart. I really do. Because I know I can go left. I know that. I know I can go left real fast if you touch me the wrong way and if you touch me at the wrong moment. And so I have to ask God to help me. Because see, even though I don't let people bother me, some things is so ignorant. And I be wanting to tell them, you think I'm a dummy. You think I don't know the real deal. And God won't let me say anything. He won't let me say nothing. And but you know, sometimes it's not working. I step back from being there for some people to wait if they will show concern for me, as I always do. It's quite no, it's gonna always be no. It's gonna be no. I agree with everything you said tonight. Thank you. Thank you, Dolene. You know, I wore your set last night. Let me show y'all this. And then see this, she got Pam's Closet. She'll be on tomorrow at 3:00 on Facebook Live. And these are the earrings. And no, Val, you can't have them. You can't have them. The earrings, and then this is a necklace. Isn't it pretty? Pam's Closet. But anyway, I'm saying this has been a good show. Mine is a terrible thing. Anyway, don't let nobody poison your mind. Don't let nobody poison your mind about somebody that has done absolutely nothing to you. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. And God ain't pleased. The moral of the message tonight is learn to think for yourself. Learn to listen. Listen more, talk less. Listen more, talk less. Listen more and talk less, and you'll find out a lot of things. And I don't care. See, I got a rough tone to my voice, and I know some people can't understand it. I'm just what I am. But it's them soft voices sometimes who pull you left. You got to listen at what they're not saying, what they want to say. They don't want to come out and say it because they don't want you to get hot, but you got to listen and you got to ask God to give you the spirit of discernment. And when you have the spirit of discernment, baby, you can know it. That's why you can step. They think they got you and they think they got you and they think they sabotage you. But every time they sabotage you, if you stay true to God, he'll have you to rise above it all. Know what I'm talking about. I've been there. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back on next Monday. Thank you so very much. Everybody have a good night and the blessed rest of the week.
You've asked for it.
You got it. Returning March 1st,
Dr. Sanjay Garvin Baxter
presents
the musical stage play, An Issue of Blood.
Look here, that's history from the deep, deep past, and no one has to know. Girl, that's high school stuff, so leave it in the past.
Yeah, I wish I could leave it in the past, but the past has crept into the present.
The drama begins when the Henry family's 3 adult children return home to celebrate their parents' 65th wedding anniversary.
This can't be happening. What will I tell Winston? How can I tell him that while he was overseas fighting for his life and his country,
An Issue of Blood. Entertainment, suspense, and family fireworks that'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Children, no matter what, God can and God will fix it.
Don't miss it at the Richland 2 Performing Arts Center, 763 Fashion Drive.
Get tickets online at sanjayreno.com.
Or the Cambro Garvin Law Firm, 2731 River Drive.